What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, 3 Days Nate. We here. Hope everyone's having a good day. We're doing a late video. I wanted to upload this yesterday, but didn't have the opportunity. We're gonna be talking about post NBA trade deadline, man. It was definitely a crazy one to finish out. You know, the trade deadline week, it ended yesterday, Thursday, February 7th. Yeah. Anyways, trade deadline is passed. Whoever you got is who you're gonna have to finish out the season. So let's get right into some of the big news, man. Probably the biggest move, it was a move that didn't even happen at all, and that was that Anthony Davis is still a New Orleans Pelican. He was not dealt to the Lakers after that mega deal that they offered them. I believe it was something along the lines of Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Rajon Rondo, Josh Hart, Zubac, what's his other name? Caldwell Pope. It was a massive deal. I believe they also had 2 first-round picks in that deal as well. And New Orleans declined. They decided that they're going to hang on to Anthony Davis because they don't have to make a move right away, in my opinion. They got a long way to go. They can even hold them all through next season. They're just going to wait for a more suitable offer that could help their team more in the long run, and not necessarily maybe even try to keep Anthony Davis out of the West. So for the time being, Anthony Davis is not going to be a Los Angeles Laker. The Lakers are still with their young core plus LeBron. They are currently, I believe, the 10th seed in the Western Conference, so they are on the outside looking in. As long as number 23 stays healthy, though, man, I believe they can lock themselves up in one of those top 8 teams. They just got to beat out young Sacramento Kings team along with the Los Angeles Clippers, who may have just traded away their best player, Tobias Harris. Going into that, Tobias Harris was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers. So now that gives them a potential starting lineup of Ben Simmons, JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. This looks like it could potentially be the new death lineup in the Eastern Conference. Stock talent on there, man. We know what Embiid and Simmons offer. Both of them are all-stars this year. Tobias Harris definitely had a case to become an all-star in the West if it wasn't so stacked. Jimmy Butler, of course, you know what he's capable of. JJ Redick, one of the more consistent players in today's NBA. This Tobias Harris trade, definitely first time in a long time. There's about 4 teams that you could potentially see, you could realistically see going to the NBA Finals, them being, of course, Toronto, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, even Boston, even with all the turmoil that's going on there. Staying with Philadelphia, another big trade they made. They traded last year's number 1 overall pick, Markelle Fultz, to the Orlando Magic for Jonathan Simmons and some draft picks. So Jonathan Simmons, I remember him in San Antonio. I watched him very closely the year that we went to the Western Conference Finals against Golden State and Kawhi went down. Jonathan Simmons did a phenomenal job being a spark plug for that team. He's very athletic scorer. He's long. He's got a lot of lateral quickness. He's good to defending the ball. So that is definitely some good depth that Philadelphia's going to have. I'm really excited to see what Philadelphia, if they can put it all together, they could definitely be one of the better teams in the East. But will they be better than the Toronto Raptors, who also made a big splash with acquiring Marc Gasol, the longtime Memphis Grizzly? He is now going up north to Canada, man. The Toronto Raptors have been killing it as much as I'd hate to say it, man. Kawhi Leonard, definitely an MVP candidate, coming into his own as a true superstar. Kyle Lowry, there was talks that maybe he would get traded, but they kept him along. Danny Green, of course, a good, perfect 3-and-D shooter. Serge Ibaka has been playing phenomenal, so that's kind of tricky when you're considering the head coach for the Toronto Raptors. Is Ibaka gonna get the bench spot? Obviously, you would think Marc Gasol is a more talented player, and I forgot the young man's name at power forward. He's been playing phenomenal as well for Toronto. I don't see him coming off the bench. With Marc Gasol, he's definitely more of a stretch 5 type of guy. He will stretch the floor out more for Toronto. being able to step outside. He's definitely talented. He's still got some left in the tank. He's not necessarily the all-star, defensive player of the year Marc Gasol anymore, but he should definitely is an upgrade from Jonas Valanciunas from that the Toronto Raptors had before that. And staying with the East Elite, we're going to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, who their big move was acquiring Nikola Mirotic from the New Orleans Pelicans, I believe is where the deal was made. Anyways, man, Mirotic, a phenomenal shooter, man. That is nothing but it could potentially make Giannis Antetokounmpo even more dangerous, man. That dude can drive to the basket at will, and all he's got to do is got to kick it out now. Milwaukee playing phenomenal basketball. I believe at the moment they are still number one in the East. Giannis, if they can stay up there, he will definitely have a shot at MVP. It's going to be very hard to defend them, especially in the playoffs, especially if they can get hot. This is definitely a year that Giannis is expected to win his first playoff series, and Mirotic added to the lineup will definitely help them in that regard. Some other small trades that I noticed, just I thought interesting. Harrison Barnes going to the Sacramento Kings. I saw he was traded actually mid-game, so, poor Harrison Barnes, man. Once had a lot of great potential in Golden State. Now he's going to be in Sacramento. Maybe potentially could give them a boost, getting them a playoff spot. I don't expect it, but who knows. Iman Shumpert, yeah, he still exists. He's going to the Houston Rockets. Otto Porter Jr., who was a guy that was signed a big contract with the Washington Wizards, he's going to the Chicago Bulls. Traded with Jabari Parker, the former number 2 overall pick. He's going to Washington. Another interesting trade. The Miami Heat will be adding some three-point shooting with Ryan Anderson as they give up Tyler Johnson, as they also gave him a massive contract just a few years ago. But yeah, those were really just some of the key moves that I saw, from the trade deadline. Of course, there was the Porzingis trade. We discussed that in another video. I'll leave the link down below if you want to check that out. The good key pieces added, moved around the trade deadline. Nothing massive like an Anthony Davis deal, but definitely the trades of Marc Gasol and Tobias Harris will make both of those teams better respectively. Definitely gonna make the East a lot more competitive down the stretch. The East is wide open. The West, of course, you got Golden State. I don't think they're going anywhere. Houston Rockets, James Harden is playing out of his mind right now. LeBron and the Lakers, what are they going to do? OKC, the 2 All-Stars, they're killing it. Westbrook and George. My San Antonio Spurs, they're still in it, man. Portland, Damian Lillard, could this be the year that him and McCollum break out to a Western Conference Finals appearance? Who knows, man? Everything is exciting. If the Warriors didn't exist, it would be even more exciting. But it was definitely a crazy NBA trade deadline nonetheless, and I'm excited to see what happens after the All-Star break. But yeah, we appreciate y'all being here. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you like videos like this, leave a like down below. Let me know down in the comment section what you thought was the craziest NBA trade for the trade deadline. Follow us on all the other social platforms, Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna get big. You're here for the beginning, so you keep it right here. Aight?